hope you're all well. Today is Wednesday the 16th of March and I thought I would vlog today because Jack and I are going out for a wee change. We're having a date day night type thing and we are going to a concert tonight. Yes, we are going to spend the night watching Barenaked Ladies, which isn't what it sounds like. We are going to a concert in the Glasgow Royal Concert Hall and the band is the Barenaked Ladies. For those of you who may not have heard of them, they are a Canadian band and it was them, sorry I'm distracted by Willa going to my room, it was them that sang It's been 1 week since you looked at me, threw your arms in the air, such crazy fact is, you know, that one. And also, if I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, I would buy you a house, I would buy you a house. You know the ones. Anyway, that's the concert that we're going to tonight. This was actually scheduled for 2020, I think. But because of everything that's happened, this is it just coming round. And it's at the Royal Concert Hall, which I've not been to for about 30 years, I think. I don't know if Jack's ever been there actually. And yeah, we're really looking forward to it. The last concert we were at together was March 2020 and it was our last night of normality. I'll try to link the vlog for you actually if I remember. We went to see the Stereophonics in the Hydro in Glasgow and we stayed the night in Glasgow. It was a really good night, but that was when COVID was really just becoming a big thing and there was no restrictions or anything like that in place. And we stayed the night, we came home the next day and Jack wasn't feeling great, I wasn't feeling great, and he started coughing. And then on the next day, the Friday, he went to work and got sent home because he was coughing and they didn't know if it was COVID. But then you didn't do testing or anything like that. And we do think it probably was COVID because he wasn't well for a good few days. So we were all isolating then. And just as we stopped isolating, the whole country went into lockdown. So that was our last, the Stereophonics was our last normal night of life as we knew it back then. And yeah, this is us starting to get back to some sort of normality. I've never been to the cinema since. This is the first time we've been to a concert, but it was just announced yesterday that wee Nippy, Nicola Sturgeon, is not going to relax the mask measures. It was supposed to be the 21st. She was going to take away the mask restrictions so you didn't need to wear masks in shops and things like that. But apparently there's been a huge rise in COVID and so she's not going to relax that restriction for another 2 weeks. She's going to wait and see. Now, why it's suddenly rising in Scotland and isn't in England where there's no restrictions, I don't know. I think she's at it. But anyway, never mind, that's not what this is about. So yeah, we are so looking forward to it. The plan is Jack's going to finish work at lunchtime and I think we might go into Glasgow early afternoon. Abby's here anyway to watch the dogs and then she'll keep an eye on Brooke when Brooke comes in. And we'll have a wee wander around some of the shops and then we were going to go to TGI Fridays for some dinner, but to be honest, I'm really in the mood for a Pizza Hut. Abby and her boyfriend were at Pizza Hut the other day and it's really put me in the mood. So I think we're going to have a Pizza Hut instead. Then we're going to go to the concert. And then we're heading home. We're not staying over or anything, we are heading home. But yeah, I'm so looking forward to it. It's going to be good because it's very rare that Jack and I get out together, just the two of us, no dogs, no kids, no times to worry about, just to go with the flow. So I've had my shower and everything, but as you can see, I've not done anything with my hair yet. I'm going to attempt to straighten it before we go out when I get changed. But to be honest, I don't know what I'm going to wear because I did get a new outfit for going to the Stereophonics back in 2020, but there's no way that'll fit me now because lockdown weight, and my calorie counting hasn't been going great this week either. So I've got no idea what I'm going to wear, but who cares? Doesn't matter. We'll decide nearer the time. It's not too fancy anyway. And although I'm really looking forward to the night out, I don't know what the concert's going to be like because we went to see the Barenaked Ladies when we were just not long together, so it would have been 2000. It was either 2000 or 2001, so 20 odd years ago, and we loved it. It was brilliant, but we knew all the music then. But I think they've had a few new albums out since, and we've not really kept up with them, so we will still know all the old songs because we love them, but there's a lot of songs that we probably won't know, but I'm quite sure we'll enjoy it anyway. What else did I have to tell you? Oh yeah, the other thing is we're going to have to cancel our trip to Wales. You might have seen, if you saw our vlog from the weekend, Jack injured his ankle again when he was racing in Pleen on Sunday. So we were supposed to be going down to Wales the Easter weekend for the first leg of the First Nations, and it's a brilliant weekend. We love it. We were actually going to travel down through the night on the Thursday night and not come back until the Tuesday, but he's not going to be able to run that race. His ankle's just too sore, and there's another 2 weekends right after that, so he wants to wait for them. That and the fact that we just can't afford the fuel. The price of fuel has got ridiculous. I know everybody's commenting on it, but it's disgusting. The government really do need to step in and tell these companies to calm themselves down, because there's no regulation on them and it's not fair. We are really struggling to keep the car and Jack's van going. And obviously, because we've got the caravan and the dogs, it would need to be Jack's van. We would be talking about £300 just on fuel to get there. And then plus the caravan site fees on top of that. We would be £500 straight away for the weekend before we even spent anything. And it's ridiculous. No, we just can't justify it. So we are still going to do the Scottish leg of the First Nations, which is at Glasgow, and we will be staying there, and hopefully we'll still go down to the Cannock leg because we really enjoy that weekend as well, but again it will just depend on the finances at the time. I think that's May. But yeah, so we're going to have to cancel that weekend, which is a shame because it is a really good weekend, but we just can't justify it, especially with Jack not being able to run. If Jack was running, we would maybe, try and find the money, but the fact that Jack can't run, there's no point. So it's sad, but it's a fact of life just now. Everybody's having to tighten their belts, aren't they? Anyway, I think that's us all caught up with everything. Brooke's away to school, Abby's off today. I've got a few things to do around my craft room and tidying and things like that this morning, and then I will come back to you this afternoon. We're getting organised to go. I'll see you in a wee while. Right, I've had a nice wee morning. Granny Annie was in for a wee while. We ordered stuff from the Skinny Food Go website because Granny Annie was wanting more jam, and it is less calories from their website than it is from B&M, which is crazy. It's the same company but different manufacturers. It's more expensive from their website, but they were doing 35% off mid-March sale or something, and we got free postage, so it was worth it. Anyway, Granny Annie's away home now, and I have been tidying my craft room. I'm going to have to show you it because I don't think it'll ever look like this again. I'm quite impressed because I've been getting really annoyed at not having space to work, so I had to move things. I'm going to turn you around and let you see. So this corner was full of jars and things like that I was planning to do things with and hadn't got round to it. So I popped them down there on the floor out the way. And I've got my computer, I have got all this space. Look, I can use my Cricut without having to move everything out the way. I did kind of break that mat, but I've got other ones. My sublimation printer, that's stuff that I'm sort of halfway through doing things with. My heat press and my big proper press and stuff. So yeah, it's looking so much better. I just wanted to show you that. Now there, you may see that is perler beads. I'm going to turn you around and explain why. We used to love perler beads, me and Brooke, and Abby used to play about with them as well. But we used to find the actual ironing of them really annoying, and we were terrible at it. We always used to melt them to the boards and break the boards and all the rest of it. But we saw, when we were at Comic-Con, there was a stall there that had loads of perler bead stuff and it looked really cool. And we were like, oh, quite fancy getting back into that again. And now that I've got the heat press that I've just showed you, the Cricut Easy Press, that would be perfect for ironing them and much easier. And also, I've seen quite a few different crafts that you can use them in. You can actually melt them down to make normal beads and different things like that. But I have booked our first stall for selling craft. So the youth cafe is having like an open day type thing at the beginning of May to try and raise funds, because they need funds. And I have booked a stall there, so I don't know how much it's going to cost me, but I'm wanting to make things that are going to appeal to like teens and tweens. So I thought I can make perler bead like key rings and necklaces and things like that. So that's why I bit the bullet and got the perler beads, but I'm trying to think of other things as well. I've got a bookmark mould coming from Shein, of all places. I've got quite a few crafty things coming from there. So I'm going to make like bookmarks and things like that as well. But if you can think of anything that you think teens and tweens might like, let me know. And phone straps as well. I'm going to make some beaded phone straps. So yeah, isn't that exciting? Our first ever stall is booked. Need to get making now. Right, so I've got about an hour before Jack comes in, so I'll be having my breakfast very shortly. I've had my coffee, but I'll be having my porridge very shortly, and then it'll be just about time to get ready and head out. I'm so excited. Well, oh God, I look so weird with makeup on. I'm so used to not wearing makeup. I'm all ready now. I've straightened my hair. I made a bit of an effort, but I told Jack I'm not putting my teeth in. That's a step too far. I really just cannot wear my teeth now. They make me sick. They make me physically sick. So yeah, I just went with my old faithful top that still fits me just, and I found a pair of jeans that still fit me, so we're all good. We're all good. So that's us going to head off into Glasgow, do a wee bit of shopping, a wee bit of Pizza Hut, and then heading to the concert. So we've just stopped for petrol, and I'll tell you, the prices are still sky high. 160.7 for unleaded and 172.7 for diesel, and that's at the Asda garage in Govan, which used to be one of the cheapest around. It's ridiculous. Plus the price of fuel went down by like 25% last night, but the prices are still rising. Shocking. Anyway, I was coming on to say that it's occurred to us that today's the 16th, which means it was a year ago today that we lost Ranach. I was thinking, I said in one of my other vlogs, it was St Patrick's Day. It wasn't, it was the day before, it was the 16th. So yeah, we lost our big boy a year ago today, which is sad, but we've got plenty good memories of him, which is good. And we were also just saying that this is going to be the first time we've been in Glasgow city centre since the Stereophonics concert 2 years ago, so since before the world went mad. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what it's like. Abby's been plenty, but we haven't. So yeah, there you go. Not everything sucks.
No, it doesn't.
I knew he was going to say that. We've just finally found a place that we think we can park, because everywhere's been like maximum 2 hours, but we can't go in any of the multi-stories because of my chair topper thing. But this just says disabled badge holders only, and there's no time limit, so we're going to risk it. And hopefully we'll be fine.
We got time on our side. We're in a state of hope. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way. We got everything here, at least to stay alive. And the time that we share makes it all worthwhile. Got this place on our own. Do you feel that we got something strong? And I saw you walking the line, and the truth may come as a surprise. That with you I feel alive. You'll be the last one I think about. We got time on our...
We're back at the car and we've not got a ticket so far. It might come in the post. but we seem to be okay. So we're just moving the car now closer to the concert hall. 6 o'clock, the doors open at 6:30, don't they? So we'll get reparked and then maybe have another look in a couple of other shops. We were in a couple of unusual shops today, weren't we? Went into the St Enoch Centre, and across from what used to be the Disney store, it's now going to be Hamley's on Friday. Because we noticed that the big Hamley's was shut and we were like, oh, it must have been a victim of COVID. But then we got to where the Disney shop should be, and that's going to be a Hamley's opening on Friday. But right across from that there was a shop called, was it the Clydeside Collective? Yep. And it's amazing. It's a whole load of different Scottish artists all displaying their work in the one shop, and oh, some of the stuff was just brilliant. We were in there for ages, and the staff were so funny. It was really, really good. If you're ever in Glasgow, go into the St Enoch Centre and the Clydeside Collective. It's really, really good. They had a load of still game things and just loads of really good sort of Scottish stuff. So that was fun. We went to one below and I got a couple of things. We went to Primark. Oh my god, that was like stepping into the 80s. Oh my god. The state of some of the people. I take it there must be some sort of Comic-Con thing going on, because there's some rather interesting sights, or it's maybe just Glasgow on a Wednesday, who knows. Yeah, I was really disappointed in Primark. Even Jack said it's like stepping into the 80s. Really, I mean, the guy's stuff, it was like stuff out of Miami Vice. I wasn't impressed with any of it at all. And where else did we go? Oh, there was that other artist shop beside the Clydeside Collective that had a lot of nice artwork and stuff in it. But yeah, it was really quite interesting. Then we went to Pizza Hut and it was good. Not had Pizza Hut for ages. And yeah, so that is us now back. Oh, we went to a wee crafty arty shop as well. And then Jack just took me into like a comic Japanesey type place that Brooke would love. So yeah, that's us. That's where we're at the moment. So yeah, hoping that the concert's going to be really, really good. We shall let you know when we come in.
I'm on our side, we're in a state of hope. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way.
Well, that was a fantastic show. Really, really good. I can't talk much about it just now because my phone's got about 2% battery left, but I will come back on in the morning and tell you all about it. It was fantastic. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? I look rather tired because I am. We got in at the back of midnight and then I was up just about 6:30 to get Brooke organised for school, so yes. I am rather tired, but it was worth it. We had a really good evening. Now, before I tell you all about the show, let me have a little rant. We need to have a little rant about the Royal Concert Hall in Glasgow, because we will not go back there again. The tickets, all the tickets said was doors open at 6:30. So we were there about 6:20, and it was the external doors to the building that opened at 6:30, or it was supposed to. A woman came over at 6:30, poked her head through the door and went, "Hold your horses, we'll not be long." Okay, so about 7:20 the doors opened and we all went in. And accessible wise, it was fine, because when we first went up to the Royal Concert Hall from the Buchanan Street side, it was all steps and we're like, how do we get in? But you just go round to the Killermont side. You go in across from the Buchanan Street bus station and there's lifts. As soon as you go in, there's one each side, which is great. And we went through and we passed a bar and we thought, oh, we'll go and get a drink. And then we noticed the big sign saying no drinks allowed in the auditorium. And we're like, oh, okay. So we went through into the next bit and there was another bar. And we thought, oh, maybe you can take them from here. No, signs everywhere, no drinks in the auditorium. And I thought, can't go like all that time without a drink. So we noticed then that the doors to the actual auditorium were still closed, so we thought, right, we will get a drink. By this time it was about 7:15, but there was no details on the ticket or the website about times. So we got a drink. I had a Malibu and Coke, Jack got a can of cola for £6.60. And I thought, right, okay. We had our drink and we sat and we chatted for a wee while, and then the doors opened. So we went through, and the wheelchair area was literally, as you wheeled through the door, there was 4 spaces, like wheelchair spaces, marked with white tape, and a chair behind each space. And we went in, and the guy said to us, right, you're in that one there, and it was right next to this, like where the stage is. It was really at one of those funny angles, and I thought, oh, but then I thought, well, it's a small venue, so I'm actually going to get a really good view of them, which I did. But Jack went to pull his chair to the side of me, and the guy went, no, the wheelchair spaces are full, you need to keep your chair behind. Like, who goes to a concert together and sits one in front and one behind? What is the point in that? I mean, we go loads of places, theatres, concert halls, we've been to hydro loads, and you always sit next to the person. You don't book a concert and say, right, when I'm choosing my seats, I'll have one there and one behind, please. Of course you don't. How can you talk to each other? Plus, the way that the chairs were, Jack's seat wasn't only behind me, but it was slightly to the left, because right behind us, there was like what looked like it should have been an enclosed cupboard, but it was just like an open space with all these massive electrical cables coming down, and they were running right alongside my wheelchair down towards the stage area. And I thought, don't like that. That's a lot of exposed cables. So Jack was sitting there. This is my deaf ear. I couldn't hear a word that he was saying to me. And we were really quite annoyed, to be honest. And we looked around, and the reason for it was that in the whole auditorium there were only 8 wheelchair spaces. So there was 4 where we were and 4 at exactly the same place at the other side. And it was the same over there. It was a space and the chair behind. And you thought, looking at it, we reckon there's maybe about 2,000 seats plus there was standing. And you think, surely they can have more than 8 wheelchair spaces. Or at least have the flexibility to have more. The security guy that had shown us in, he wasn't one of the G4 guys. I think he was one of the concert hall people. He was really up himself. He was the COVID police, you know. He was going up to everybody, you need to get your mask on properly. And if he'd said that to us, he was going to get a mouthful, because there was loads of people standing that didn't have a mask on at all, never mind not on properly. So he would have been told, yeah, when all of them have got masks on, I'll put mine on. But I mean, I had mine on anyway because I had no teeth in. But he came over and we said, what's the timings of it? And he says, oh, the support act's on at 8 o'clock. And we're like, 8 o'clock, right, it's 7 o'clock now. Okay, so we're going to have to sit here trying to talk to each other sort of back to back for an hour. There was no internet signal in there, and they didn't have any Wi-Fi. And then the other wheelchair people came in, and you were crammed in like sardines, and there was no room to get past. So say I needed out to go to the toilet or to get a drink, all 3 people beside me would have had to go right out into the foyer to let me out, and then go back in again. And then when I came back, they would have had to go right out again. The layout is just ridiculous. So the guy said, yeah, the support act's on 8 till 8:30, and then the Barenaked ladies are on 9 till 11. And we're like, well, it's good that they're doing a couple of hours, but my God, 9 o'clock, we're sleeping. 9 o'clock till 11 o'clock, how are we going to survive that? And so by the time the support act came on at 8 o'clock, we were a bit, oh, for God's sake. We actually said, you know what, if we'd known it wasn't going to start till 8 o'clock and, you know, we had a designated spot, we would have went to the cinema or something before it. But we were getting a wee bit fed up. But then the support act came on, and he was brilliant. His name was Boothby Grafo. He's an English sort of comedian, songwriter, and we'd never heard of him before, but he's written like plays and stuff as well. He's done stuff on radio. We googled him later on, and he has supported the Barenaked ladies quite a lot. And when he started, we realised why. He really got everybody going. I mean, we laughed from the second he came on the stage until the second he went off. And he got everybody singing, and he was so good. But his style of music was very similar to the Barenaked Ladies, because they're quite funny in their lyrics as well. But a lot of his songs were like fast lyrics, and that's what a lot of the Barenaked Ladies are as well. So he was really good. If you ever see his name anywhere, go see him. Boothby Griffo. I don't know if he does his own shows or if he just does support, but he was really good. So then he went off at 8:30, and I'm saying to Jack, what do we do? Because the wheelchair people beside us went out, and I'm like, do I go out just now to get a drink? Because I thought, I'm gasping for a drink. But I think it was psychological, because I knew I couldn't have one. But then now and again you could see other people with a drink, you know, they had a can, or one person actually brought a cup of water in with her. And I thought, oh, maybe you're allowed water. And then somebody else tried to come past Mr. COVID police. No, you need to drink that before you come in. And I'm like, but she just did it. And I thought, well, I really want a drink, but I'm scared to get a drink in case I need the toilet, and then everybody has to get out again. So we didn't bother, we just sat there. And then when the Barenaked Ladies came on, everything was forgotten. It was a brilliant show. They're just fantastic live, I have to say. It's about 20 years since we saw them. They still look just the same. They still sound as good. I mean, the guy can still sing. The wee drummer guy did quite a bit of singing at the end. He was amazing. And while he was singing, the lead singer was drumming, and they're just all multi-talented. There was one of the guys plays the bass guitar, but he plays the big double bass as well for a lot of the songs. And there was another guy that plays guitar and keyboards, and he played the banjo at one point. And talent-wise, Barenaked Ladies have got a very unique sound to them. Their voice is very unique, and their harmonising is on point, brilliant. So a lot of the songs that they sang we didn't know. I don't know if they've got a new album out or if they're bringing a new album out, because it looked like a lot of people didn't know them. But even although you don't know them, you feel like you know them, because their sound is, it's not like every single record's the same, but they've got the same sound, and it's enjoyable. You can hear the lyrics, you can listen to what they're singing. They're really visual, like they do a lot of moving about on stage. They have a laugh with each other. It was just, honestly, really good. If you've never seen the Barenaked Ladies live and you get a chance, go for it. I can't praise them highly enough. It was an absolutely fantastic show. The only thing that spoiled it slightly was the venue. Definitely won't go back to the Royal Concert Hall. And I mean, you think a Royal Concert Hall, it's not exactly a pop venue, so a lot of what's on there, I would imagine, would be like a more mature audience, would you say? And so there's more likely to be a lot more people with mobility issues, and to only have 8 wheelchair spaces in the whole place just seems crazy. And it was weird actually, because looking around everybody was like our age. There was a few people young that looked like they'd been dragged along with their parents. But the majority of people were our age and older. And I said to Jack, it's weird, I said, because the crowd have aged with us. Like, it's probably the same crowd that were there 20 years ago with us, and they're all aged 20 years as well. And I said, do you think the band's backstage looking at everybody saying to themselves, God, look at the age of them now, we must be getting old as well. But no, it was really good. And I did try to take a couple of clips of the most popular songs that you might recognise, so hopefully I've been able to put them in for you. But my phone was running so low on battery, I had to be careful. But yeah, that was it. It was a really good night. And then when we left there, we went across to there was a Sainsbury's local, and got a drink. I was gasping by that point. Because I mean, sitting with a mask on we went into the auditorium at 7 o'clock, we came out of there at 11 o'clock, so 4 hours with a mask on without being able to have a drink. It's not really good for you. You're breathing your own carbon dioxide for 4 hours. It's a hot venue because there's loads of people there, and you're not allowed to drink. Really wasn't impressed with that at all. But it was a really good show. So I just wanted to come on and let you know we had a really good day. It was so good just wandering about the shops. Glasgow's changed so much, because we hadn't been into the city centre for 2 years. So it's changed a lot, not always for the good, I have to say. There's a lot of empty buildings, there's a lot of like scaffolding work and things like that going on, and it's like everywhere. COVID's taken its toll on everything. A lot of places are shut down and a lot of places are going to wreck and ruin, and yeah, it's quite sad. But there's a lot of quite positive changes as well, a lot of new shops that we hadn't seen before that were really good, really interesting to go into. So yes, we had a really good time. Pizza Hut was good as well. So I just wanted to come on and end that vlog and let you know that, yeah, we had a great time. If you ever get the chance to see Booth Big Grafaux or Barenaked Ladies, go for it. Highly recommend. But if you see something in the Glasgow Royal Concert Hall, make sure you really want to go to it before you actually book the tickets, because we definitely won't go back there again. Not unless it's something exceptional that we can't pass up. Right, thank you so much for watching this vlog, everyone. Please let me know in the comments below, have you seen Barenaked Ladies live? Have you even heard of them? Have you seen Booth Big Grafaux? Let me know. And also, if you have enjoyed this, please do hit that thumbs up button. More and more people are doing it for me, and it does help my channel grow. And also subscribing really helps me as well. So please do that. And I will see you in our next one. Thanks everyone. Bye.